Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth and I am back doing your December 2015 monthly tarot horoscopes, and I am sticking with tradition for those of you who are new to my channel. I'm sticking with tradition. I wore my antlers last year, a year ago, and I had them still in my drawer, and I was like, you know what? I'm totally gonna wear them again because as soon as I started to record with them, I said, you know what, it makes me smile just to see me wearing these antlers. It just makes me smile, and everybody needs more laughter and smiles and love and joy in their life. Especially around this time of year, it can get very stressful. So I am wearing these just for you guys, and I'm wearing my little heart earrings also. So I'm sending you guys lots of love. So this is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Aquarius. And I'm just shuffling up a little bit here. I am going to be announcing in these videos that I have almost reached 10,000 subscribers. When I reach 10,000 subscribers, I am going to be doing, and it's going to be where you won't know, because it has to do with scheduling. And so the 10,000 subscribers, the day I reach 10,000 subscribers, basically the first person that I have on my schedule on that day, and it has to be a new client. It would be a new client, okay? For those repeat clients, I'm sorry, but this is for the newbies, okay? And I may be doing a repeat client special giveaway at some point as well. So if you're a repeat, please, stay tuned. But this is for, this would be a new client, somebody who has never had a reading with me before, and I will be doing a free reading for that person. And I will be also giving a $10 Amazon gift card to that person. I will be sending them an Amazon $10 gift card. So it's a big deal because I've been doing these for just over a year, and I feel like so much love and support from everybody, from all subscribers, and so I just feel like this is my treat to this one lucky person who schedules with me, and you won't know in advance. There's no way I'm not going to be telling people in advance, who it's going to be. It's going to be a random person. Like I said, I'm going to pick the first person that I have on my schedule to receive, like I said, a free reading. I'm going to be scheduling like I always do, which is doing scheduling for an hour and, accepting the $75 for the hour, but I will be refunding that person their money, and I will be sending them a $10 Amazon gift card. So that's big news. I've never done that before, but because to me, 10,000 subscribers is a big deal, and it's a nice way to say thank you to my viewers and subscribers. So that said, let's get on to your reading. And this is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Aquarius. Okay, and this is for the month of December. Like I said in my previous mid-November videos, I am not going to be doing the mid-December videos. So if you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. I do this full time, so I can get people scheduled pretty quickly. Just make sure you are checking your email, because if I don't get back to you, what happens is I offer the same times to other people. So if I don't hear back from you, then I may have already offered it to somebody else, and it makes scheduling a little bit harder because I book up very quickly, okay? So I usually get back to people within 24 to 48 hours, but depending on the response from my videos, it can take me 3 days to get back to people for scheduling. But after that, once I do get back to people, you're next on my list, and I'm trying to book as fast and as efficiently as possible. Okay, Aquarius for December. Let's see what we've got going here. Okay, really great cards actually, Aquarius. Really good news for you. You know, I do have several planets in Aquarius. I connect strongly to my Aquarius viewers as well as Capricorn because I have my ascendant in Capricorn. But this is a really great spread, and I do like to see this with the one exception or two exception of the, okay, so first of all, my cards have a yes or no at the top, unlike other people. And the reason I did this was because a friend of mine a long time ago, I was reading the cards for him, and he wanted to know yes or no. He really, really wanted a yes or no, yes or no. And I'm like, the cards don't say yes or no, dear. You know, it's mostly maybe, you know. And so he's like, no, that's not okay. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to solidify and lock this down, you know, and making yes or, like writing a yes or no at the top of each card and kind of devising my own system. And some people may not understand the way I do it, but this is how I do it and this is how I read, and it's very efficient and effective as far as getting answers. Of course, there are always still going to be that random maybe that you get for whatever reason. A lot of different factors go into different questions, but when a whole spread has yes cards, that means you have the green light, Aquarius, for things going very, very smoothly. Without any no's in the reading, there's really no obstacles that are really, really dire or really, really challenging. There's always going to be challenges, and this is not for everyone. This is a general reading, so you may be going through the thick of it and having, you know, a lot of problems in December, but this is a general reading for a lot of Aquarians. This is more smooth sailing than I've seen pretty much through the rest of the year. So, and I have been feeling that too. I do feel like December for a lot of people it's gonna lighten up. I feel like there's gonna be a sort of lightness about December that I don't think we've seen in some time. You know, astrologically, planetarily, I think it's just gonna feel a lot lighter for a lot of people. But the thing, so that said, so you have all yes cards, Aquarius. So it's very smooth sailing, very, I want to say, peaceful time. Okay, but you do have the Seven of Pentacles in the card in the position of the immediate future. Okay, and someone asked me recently what is printed on the cards, and that's my own handwriting. Okay, so like I said, I kind of devised my own system, but. So the Seven of Pentacles is a card about waiting. So waiting for the harvest, okay? It is like pushing a pause button, okay? I want to say the pause button in your life may be pushed. So there may be, you may kind of feel like mid-December or even early December, that things are a little bit, they're almost just quiet. I want to say almost quiet, almost where it's just very, like the lake is very calm, placid. I want to say placid, okay? You may get frustrated though, because this is a card about needing patience. So there may be some frustration about, you know, wanting things to happen faster than they are. If you're in a kind of a waiting period, or if you're in a period where there's nothing happening, it just may feel like you may kind of start to itch. You know, you may start to get antsy. You might start to have a little bit of anxiety because that's what happens. You know, Aquarius have that fast, you know, ever-changing energy. And when it's calm, they're like, what's wrong? You know, what's happening? Like, they're just like, it's like the apocalypse. We're in Aquarius. When things get quiet, when things calm down, they're like, this is too good to be true. You know, this is amazing. And I think for most of you, you'll really appreciate it. Just having like a calm middle of December, okay? You do have the freedom from worry card, and I'm not sure, but I think this is the final, it was the final card for either Capricorn or Aquarius, I don't remember, in my mid-November reading. So it's almost like you're picking up exactly where we left off for the energy for November, okay? And this is overall again too. This is for the card in the position of what's crowning you, okay? So freedom from worry, it's moving on from hard times. It's letting the past go. It's literally moving on, okay? So some of you may be moving on from a relationship. Some of you may be moving or considering moving. To me, this is moving on from negativity that may have plagued you, you know. Things that plague you are ex-wives, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, ex-husbands, you name it, aunts and uncles that are crazy, you know what I mean? Maybe you're leaving Thanksgiving, you know, madness behind you, and you're moving on to less shark-infested waters. I'm not being mean to anybody there, I'm just saying. You know, Thanksgiving might have been a challenge for some of you. For whatever reason. But this is also travel that goes well. If those of you who in December, you are looking to, in the beginning of December, you are traveling either for business or for, you know, you're going on vacation early in December. That will bode well. You do have 3 cards here about travel. There is some of you who are going to be traveling extensively. You do have the Fool card crossing you, which is, to me, this is getting on an airplane. Some of you may be airline pilots or stewardesses, you know, the people that work on airlines, flight attendants, things, people like that. Message me if you are. Or you just may be at a point where you're ready to take the next step. You're ready to take a leap of faith. It's that thing that comes after you've been through a whole heck of a lot and you're ready for the next step. And you know, I'm getting like a full body tingle on that. So it's almost like in my phases of getting over someone, this would be, I guess, the 5th phase, where in my mind you have to recognize the person is not good for you. Okay, they're not a good person, or they're not good for you. That's step 1. Step 2 is through time and space and distance, not talking to the person and moving on, and forgetting and stop caring about that person. Okay. Number 3 is becoming quite bitter. You know, sometimes they're distrustful of other relationships, which, you know, is normal. Okay. Step 4 is getting kind of terrified of getting hurt again, okay? And so this would be step 5, which is you're ready for a new relationship. You're ready to move into something. You're ready to go. You're you know, you're on edge of something. For some of you, it's the tip of the iceberg. You're on the edge. You're on the brink, I want to say, of something new, of something completely new. This can be a whole new life. This can be a new lifestyle. This can be a whole new mindset. Wherever you're at with things, this is being ready for the new. What comes next? Being in that great space. I love that. So you have the 8 of Cups in the recent past, which is moving away from any kind of emotionally troubling issues or troubling times. And then you have the Freedom from Worry, which is crowning you. Okay. And these cards also talk about moving and travel. But to me, because you have the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Swords, and I'm going to show you them together, it's really about your emotional state and then your mental state, okay? So in combination too, which is really awesome. So not only are you going to be feeling like in a really good emotional place, peaceful and not stressed out and not upset, but you're not going to be worrying so much, which, you know, that's like that, you know, that clawing at your face, pulling your hair out kind of energy. You're not going to be doing that. So to me, it's a great combination. So this is recent past. I should show them you this way. To me, this is how I see them. Okay, so this is recent past and what's crowning you now. So very, very good, very, very positive energies. You have this King of Cups in the center of everything. So it's very interesting because to me, the King of Cups, I don't normally think of as Aquarius. I don't even think of it as an Aquarius male or female. So this may be somebody in your life that's either a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Can also indicate a Taurus, and this could be male or female, because I associate the tortoise with the Taurus. I know people ask me why all the time, but you know, it's just how I see it. okay? So, this is someone who looks out for you or thinks of you like their daughter or son, or this is like an older mentor or older father figure, or can be an older male relative looking out for you. Those of you who, you know, your grandparents are alive, this is you being loved by them, okay? For those of you who your grandparents have deceased, this is them being around you in spirit. But mostly, I see this as being it represents to me, it can represent either a person or just emotional contentment and happiness. And I see it as being emotionally content because he has this giant cup, and it is really overflowing with so much positive energy and love. And so this is either someone very positive in your life that's influencing you in a really positive way. This could be someone that you like too. It could be romantic, and I usually see this as someone who's, if it's a guy, because to me this is usually a guy, can be a girl, but I see it usually as a guy, who's like 40 and onward. They're a little bit, they could be mature in their outlook on life or just mature in their appearance. They may have a few gray hairs. I mean, don't we all? so you know, they're not nearly dead. My dad would say nearly dead, you know. They're not nearly dead, okay? They're just, you know, mature. They're a mature individual. So either way, whether it's someone in your life that is a water sign, male or female, who's 40 and onwards, and who's just a really positive person in your life, who you're either interested in romantically, or this is someone who's just supportive of you and makes you really happy. This is a really happy time. Okay, this is overflowing happiness. So that's really awesome. So that's what's going on. So to me, this isn't you, okay? But it's you if you are in a state of emotional contentment, if you're feeling really happy and then you're in your zone, your happiness zone, okay? Hashtag happiness zone, Aquarius. So, you know, to me, this is more you. To me, this is more you rather than that other person, you know? You could be falling in love with this King of Cups, too. Or falling or running into them. Your paths are definitely crossed, okay? Because this is, the King of Cups is like this, and you are like this, okay? So you're on track to crossing paths with most likely a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio male, okay? Could be female, or Taurus. Taurus, too. Male or female. But the Fool does not have to be female, okay? But I just see, because the Fool is nearly like, you know, flying. That's Aquarius, you know? That's Aquarius female, because the picture is of a girl. So Aquarius females, you know, you are, I want to say flying high in December. In the beginning of December, you're feeling really, really good. And you have a great foundation. You have the world as your foundation, which abundance. This is everything you could possibly want. Abundance, joy, happiness, you know. And I'm getting pulled, when I see this, when I'm getting sort of drawn into her armbands, this is you, a lot of you, having severed the past, having moved on. There's a lot of cards here about moving on, but there's cords around this person's arm. And these cords are really not attached to anything. So you may be freeing yourself of a lot of relationships or attachments, or you may be really just at a place in your life where you are really over the past. And anything that's haunted you or plagued you or caused you grief is no longer in your life. And that's awesome, okay? You can see there, she's got all these like ribbons around her arm, but they're not attached to anything. So it's breaking free. It's having broken free, okay? But in a positive way. I mean, it's like coming to peace with it. I want to say coming to peace with it. Okay, so then we already talked about the pause. The pause in the middle of December, or just feeling like, you know, being a little bit impatient and having to wait for something, okay? You have a lot of water here. So you may have a lot of water in your chart. There's a lot of water, you know, like cards. So again, you may like someone with some water in their chart. Again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, okay? We got the Page of Cups, which is usually the Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio person in the position of emotion. So again, whether you're male or female, liking somebody with one of those things. This is also vacation. So some of you may be planning a trip or going on vacation. Again, we have travel, vacation, very, very strong here. But this is also taking a break. The Page of Cups to me is taking a break. She's there sipping her tea, taking a break from the world, not really getting into the fray, just kind of staying detached. Aquarius are really good at being detached. And this is you staying detached. And some of you need to, this is a time of review, because to me the Page of Cups is looking back at the past, taking time to take stock and saying, you know, what has worked for me? You know, if such and such this isn't working for me, trying something new, trying something different. This is, you know, going through old photographs or old boxes of stuff or clearing things out. And taking some time off. This is taking some off. Some of you need to take time off. Some of you are not taking enough. I can speak for myself. I don't take enough time off. I'm working constantly all the time. And then I get sick or I get a cold that lasts for several days or weeks. And then, you know, anyways, and my health deteriorates. So basically, if you're like me in any way, you need to take some time off, okay? Because when this card comes up, emotionally, for your emotional health, you need it, okay? Now, you have the Two of Pentacles coming in from the outside, which is a tricky card. I feel like it is modified because for the negative aspects of this card, because there's so many other positive cards in the whole spread. You got the green light, basically, which very rarely ever happens, okay? So 100% yeses. So to me, the Two of Pentacles is more to do with work-life balance. Again, taking enough time for yourself, taking enough time to spend with your family if you have family, have kids, taking enough time for your peace of mind, for emotional health. That's, maybe this is working too many hours. For some of you, it's working too many hours. You got too many balls in the air. You're multitasking. Maybe you've got 2 kids, 2 jobs, 2 ex-wives. I would say that. I don't know. But this can also indicate someone who is juggling in your life. Okay, so if you, this can indicate if there is anybody in your life who is married or has a boyfriend and you have the hots for them or you really like them, this is where they are in another relationship. Okay, you have to be careful, those of you Aquariuses who are dating someone, that they're not doubled up. Okay, because more than likely you are not the only person in their life. Okay, some of you are going, yes, I know that they're married or they have another girl or blah blah blah. But ultimately, usually it's a man. Okay, and it doesn't have to be any particular sign. I usually see it, and I'm seeing it right now. It's coming to me as an air sign, which would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So some of you, I want to say Aquarius guys, you may be the person that's doubled up. You may be married and have a girlfriend on the side, or you may have a girlfriend or boyfriend and like somebody else, or you just may be dating 2 people. They may think that you're their boyfriend or girlfriend, but really you have somebody else in mind. Okay, so there's a juggling act between 2 individuals. Okay, so my caution to you is, Aquarius guys, if you're doing this, then you got to be careful, because usually the juggler eventually drops the ball. Okay, at some point. Okay, not in this picture, but like if this was an animation, he's juggling, and then one ball drops and the show is over. that's what happens when you juggle. You can't juggle forever. So it's really a card kind of about temporary insanity. Where you're juggling too many people, you know, you're dating too many people, you're married to two people, you know, for those of you who are really far out there. You know, mostly, for those of you who aren't in a relationship, this is you needing to take a vacation, take some time off, and have some work-life balance. For those of you who are involved with somebody, that person, or like somebody, that person may have somebody else, okay? And you may know about that person. Most of you will probably know who I'm talking about. The final two cards are really amazing, okay? Really, really, really positive together. You have the Three of Pentacles, which is total support, feeling supported. And this is what I like to see for Aquarius. This is it. This is feeling, you know, this is friendship. This is coworkers that really get you. This is feeling really loved and supported by the universe. It is in a position of your attitude, which is, for Aquariuses have a hard time feeling like the world loves them or feeling like they are supported, because Aquariuses will seek out friendship after friendship after friendship, but still feel like either they don't have enough friends, or their family doesn't care, or for whatever reason, just like nobody's there. Aquarius always sort of has this alone feeling, this lonely feeling. Even if they could have like a million friends, but then somehow, you try to call these friends and nobody's there. Nobody picks up, nobody seems to answer when you need them. And so Aquarius will eternally feel a little bit lonely just because of this. So when you have the Three of Pentacles in position of attitude, that means in December, it is a good time for you. It means that there are people that are there, and they make you feel that you're supported and loved, and they're there for you, okay? Whether that's a family, whether that's a best friend, or whether that's somebody who's just around. Now, it could be someone who you really like. Again, feeling like that person is very supportive of you, okay? Or, you know, it could be someone that you have a crush on, or someone that, you know, you're in a relationship with. It doesn't matter whatever 50 Shade of Gray, you know, you've got going as far as a relationship. This is a very strong, for Aquarius especially, very, very strong position. Powerful card in that position. Very, very powerful. This is also getting to the next step in career, getting to the next level, becoming very successful. This is one of the star cards. So some of you may be doing a lot with either the film industry, music, you know, you may have a lot of talent. You may be on like America's Got Talent, or the X Factor, or, you know, American Idol, one of those shows where you show off or this is what you're planning, you know, show off your abilities. There may be some development in your either career where you get to the next level, or where you show off your talents and gifts, you know, or you become recognized in some way in December, towards the end of December, for your talents and gifts, where people start to really see you as being something special. And that's awesome for you, Aquarius. That's really, really, really good, because you are special. Aquariuses have a little bit of sparkle. They have a little bit of something, you know, that that a lot of people don't appreciate, that Aquarius sparkle. But this is where you really get to shine, Aquarius, and people acknowledge you and people appreciate you. And so this is an awesome time. And the outcome is Ace of Cups, saving the best for last. And the Ace of Cups is the drop of promise. It's the beginning of, you know, and I saw this, I swear I saw this, I think for you guys in last January. It was very interesting. Very positive time, December, January are for you guys, both, December and January. January of 2016, but December of 2015 in this reading is what I'm talking about here. This is where finances really start to really improve. This is where you get that drop of rain on your nose after it hasn't rained for so long, and you realize that it's going to really it's going to pour, okay? So this is a major financial increase, okay? Finances are flowing. Things are good. It is also the beginning of having feelings for someone. This is having feelings for someone. And they have feelings for you. This is feelings really developing. And there aren't a lot of characters in this spread, but there is a lot of positive energy, which is really, really, really good. Okay, so each circumstance is going to be different. This is where I would probably I'd probably recommend doing a private reading, because there aren't a lot of characters, so it's hard for me to say, okay, you having feelings for a certain person, are they having feelings for you? Who is this relating to? It's not really, it's connecting with the Three of Pentacles person, okay? But it is also a standalone kind of card. So, and because it's kind of hanging out there at the very end, I want to say for some of you, it's increase in finances. Like, major increase in finances. Money is flowing, it is pouring in, and you're just making a lot of money. You're very, very successful at this time. And work is going very, very well. It's the beginning. It's that drop of something new. So this could be a new job. This could be more money, a raise. The Three of Pentacles is, to me, the raise card because he's lifting her up. This could be a supportive, like a best friend situation where you're very, very close to someone and you're connecting really, really well with them and there's feelings there. This may be a friendship that leads to something more. Okay, becoming very close with somebody or developing a friendship that is going to turn into something more later down the line. And you have to have patience for it to develop too, because you have the patience card, which to me is kind of coloring the whole reading. It's just you waiting on something maybe to develop with someone that you like, or you're waiting on something to change as far as your work situation, where your financial situation, where you really are trying to make more money. I did want to say, I did notice something, that this person may have a child, okay, or more than one child, okay. This King of Cups is looking up at this little boy or little girl, okay. So there's that element there. I'm just saying the person that may be in your life may have kids, okay. Just saying that. And if you're watching for somebody else, it could relate to that person too. I did see that. So that's pretty much it. I'm just going to leave off there. There are going to be some new things I am sort of developing for 2016. And I'm going to be doing more videos in December, so stay tuned for those. You will see me again for sure. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing and Google Plusing and sharing my videos with everybody and just supporting my channel. You're more than welcome to donate to my channel too. I did enable the fan funding link, so there's a place on my channel that says support this channel. And you just go there and you donate. And thank you so much for everybody who has donated. It means a lot to me. And I wish you guys all the best in December. So I will send you big hugs like I normally do. And I'm going to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. And big hugs. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care.